What up, world? My name is Jose,
And I'm Darian.
and this is another episode of Coast to Coast.
Today we have a special guest. Her name is Chelsey. I met her when I was going to school at UNLV to become a teacher. If you want to say hey really quick.
Hi.
So she's going to talk about a few things today, and then we're just going to ask her a bunch of random questions. Nothing out of the usual. All right. So if you want to tell us what you do, Chelsey.
Okay, so I'm Chelsey Catron. I am a mom of three. I'm a wife. I'm a second grade teacher, and I am a boutique owner. I own a women's fashion boutique called Heart on My Sleeve Boutique. We have inclusive fashion, sizes extra small to 3X, awesome accessories, and custom cups.
Cool. So before we started this interview, I had asked you something about, I was confused on your boutique because it said that your launch date is August 1st, but you were selling clothes before. Could you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so I haven't officially announced anything, so that'll kind of come, I'm thinking July 31st, August 1st. I'll kind of tell my whole group, but I have a boutique group on Facebook, and so our boutique group is just Heart on My Sleeve Boutique. And so I actually have been a part of a network marketing company. They were called Epiphany when I started, and then they transitioned into Savvy, and I was with them since end of January of 2019. So that's why I'm calling it a relaunch, because I didn't want to change my boutique name, but I'm making it so that now it's an independently owned boutique where I am the person who talks to the wholesaler, and I get the clothes and then I provide them to my customers. So we're just changing the way we get the clothes and all that stuff, but I didn't want to change the whole boutique. So that's
why. No, that's awesome. And so you said you are size inclusive. That's from, you said extra small to 3X?
Yes.
That's awesome, because I know a lot of people, struggle to find clothes in their size or whatever the case may be, just even online and in person, it's so hard. So yours is strictly online, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Jose, do you have any questions so far?
Chelsey, do you sell men's clothes?
So when I was part of Savvy, we did have a men's line. I don't have one with my new wholesaler, but it's a very new wholesaler, so we're constantly figuring out what our customers like, and I'm hoping soon that means we'll bring men's and even baby, because I've got kids.
Yes, that'd be nice.
You said you're only doing online. Is that going to be permanent? Is there a reason why you only chose online?
So as I said, I'm a teacher and a mom, so trying to have inventory in my house, or if I had a brick and mortar, it just would be too much, upfront. I'd have to put a lot of money into it. So with an online option, I can still show my customers pictures on models. I can order the clothes and show them pictures of me wearing it and videos of me with the fit and all that. But the wholesale provider drop ships everything straight to them. So I don't have to worry about, okay, now I've got to package everything, and I know Darian knows when we're teaching it, I could not imagine having that burden on top of trying to, be a teacher and be a mom. That would just, it wouldn't work.
Way too much.
Yeah.
I'm a little new to a boutique. To me, I shop at Walmart. I don't really have high fashion or anything like that. So when you sell these clothes, is it name brands? Is it your own type of clothes?
So it is name brand, but it's definitely not brands that I would know. Maybe if you were in the fashion industry, you'd probably know the brands. For example, we have Judy Blue jeans and denim. And I've noticed that some of my women are oh, Judy Blue. And I'm I've never heard of Judy Blue. But so if you're in that industry, you probably know. So this wholesaler works with an LA distributor. And so the LA distributor will say, okay, these are the items that are popular right now. We have floral, tie-dye, da-da-da. And it'll come from different brands, and it'll just be whichever is the best quality, whichever is the most popular. We're looking for fabric quality, the stretch content, all of those things. So it's different brands, but they're usually coming from the same distributor.
Got it. So you said you have cups too. So can you explain what you're doing with the cups?
Yeah, so I just started that. I got a Cricut, or I've heard people call it a cry cut. So now I'm kind of tomato. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But so it's amazing. And I've started buying like Starbucks. They have like reusable tumblers. And then I found some just like plain ones on Amazon, and I just put fun designs on them. And I was addicted to them. I started buying from a girl in Ohio, one of my friends. And one day I was like, you know what, I should just probably get a Cricut because I'm spending so much money buying them. I should just make them myself. And then I just started showing people, and my friend Sarah and I just started making them. And now we're addicted.
That's
That's
cool.
so interesting. When you said cups, I thought that was code word. I thought those were like bras or something. You said clothing, so I thought it was code word. That's really cool.
No, actual cups. That's funny. So is your friend, you said Sarah, so is she just helping you with the cups, the actual cups, Jose? Not
Drinkware. Let's call them drinkware.
Is she helping you with the drinkware, or is she also helping with like the clothing part of it as well?
No, I'm trying to get her to, want to help on that end, but I don't want to, so with Savvy and Epiphany, it was a network marketing company. So you actually had a team, and you had women who were in the business with you. And it was, kind of like I don't like to say the word, but like a triangle.
Yeah.
No, so this one's different where I own it. And so she doesn't have to really join me, if that makes sense. She would have to start her own boutique, and there is an upfront cost. So I haven't gotten her to help me on that end yet, but no, yeah, the cups she's coming over today, and we'll print a bunch of vinyl, and then we make it made to order. So like my dad has his tax business, we do cups for him. And, if someone's like, I want a cup that says Mom Life, Coffee Life, then we make that cup, and she helps.
Cool. So going back, because you said it's like a triangle, did you have anybody that told you like, hey, this is a giant triangle that you shouldn't be a part of? And what did you say back to them?
Pyramid scheme?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
So it's really honestly a common misconception. Now, I'm not saying they're not out there. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying with particular businesses, you have to really pay attention. So with Savvy, you did know that it was a pyramid. I'm not going to lie. You had someone who was always above you that made a percentage of whatever you brought in, whatever sales, whatever team you had. But the difference with Savvy was that if I'm doing really well and the person above me isn't, I can rise above them like that. So I liked that it didn't feel like I could never do better than the person who brought me in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then it didn't really feel like spammy or weird. Like we weren't taught to go out and, oh, hey, Darian, you should be running a boutique. It was more like if someone was interested, you could tell them about it. And really it was just, if you like clothes and you like these clothes, then join and you get wholesale prices. And
Yeah.
so that's really how I would talk about it is, oh, well, if you like the clothes enough, like you're my customer and you keep buying continuously, let me get you signed up, because then at least you get a discount on your own clothes. And then if you want to sell them and run a boutique, you can, or you didn't have to, because Savvy didn't have any fees if you didn't, buy a certain amount, or if you didn't sell a certain amount, there was no fee. So I always felt more comfortable that way, because I have been a part of some other MLM companies in the past, and it did feel weird and it did feel spammy, and I lost friends that way. So I would definitely not have been a part of it if I felt like it was. But you will still have those people. You'll still have people say, oh, so what is this? Is this the pyramid scheme? And it is a pyramid. You can't really deny that, but I didn't feel like if I was losing anything, or I was in a scheme.
Yeah, and you never messaged me and was like, hey, so could I get you on my team? This is all you have to do. Give me $1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That was nice.
I want to apologize if I'm moving too much. I swear to God, I'm not a crackhead. It's just a lot of mosquitoes here. So I have to keep moving. This is not how we normally conduct interviews, but just to give you a heads up.
And this has nothing to do with with clothing or anything, but it has something to do with the mosquitoes. I went to my brother's house 2 weeks ago. Didn't know that a mosquito could bite your butt. When you're wearing clothes, you're fully clothed. How does it bite your butt? I don't know, but it happened to me.
Where is this?
When there's a will, there's a way. They're hungry, they will find you.
It was in Fresno. Yeah, and so not fun. I don't know how it happened. Yeah, you're right. If they want to do it, they're gonna do it.
Not going to Fresno.
Back to the boutique. I wanted to ask you a question. So, you're a teacher now. You're doing this side hustle. What's your goal? Is this going to be something that you want to pursue in the future? Do you always want to keep it as a side hustle to pay for Netflix? What's going on?
That's a great question, because I was actually thinking about that. So I'm going back to teaching because my husband changed jobs. It was kind of out of his control. He was part of a startup technology company, and they decided to close the Las Vegas office. And so that just happens sometimes with startup companies. So he started a new job, and he's loving it, but it's definitely different because it's not a steady income. It's more sales-based or commission-based. So I've decided to go back so that we have a steady income coming in while he gets his footing. But ideally, I'd like to make my boutique my main income, because teaching it's draining. I love it, but it's a lot, especially when you have little kids of your own. And so I would ideally at some point like to step away from teaching and maybe do some tutoring or something where I can still be, or maybe I'm just in my kids' classes, and make the boutique my full income. That would be ideal.
So you took this last year off from teaching, right? You were teaching how many years before that though? 3 years?
2 years. And then I took.
Oh yeah, 2. No, I thought it was 3.
No, I think I took 2 years off.
Oh, wow. Time is going by so fast. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Because so our kids are around the same age. I think your daughter was born like
September.
Yes. So like barely a week or 2 after my son was. So you took that time off. How was that, just being at home?
Yeah. I have determined that I can be a stay-at-home mom, but I need to be a work-from-home mom. Like I need to have something for me, because I had her in September, and by January I had started with Epiphany, because I just felt like I needed to bring some type of income into the home, even though we didn't necessarily need it at that point.
Yeah.
And I loved being her mommy, but I felt like that's all I was doing, is being her mommy and my older 2 kids. And I have a 9 and 7-year-old, so they're kind of like, okay, mom, like you're good. I don't really need you up my butt. But it's like I needed something for myself. So that's why I said I'd love to make this boutique my full-time income, because it's a full-time job. I'm still having to work with customers, work with my wholesaler. I still have something to do every day.
Yeah.
So I've definitely determined I cannot just.
I'm finding that out this summer. And I had to take my son back to daycare because I was going crazy. I was like, you got to go for like 4 hours so I can do something with my life, because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
1-year-olds are insane. Yes. And almost 2-year-olds are even worse. So just so you know, Jose, in the future, if you ever have children.
An important question, Chelsey. This podcast we take very seriously, and this is a very important question. Have you listened to Taylor Swift's new album?
No, but my friend just reviewed it, and I'm like really excited because she said it's like a folklore. It's not like your regular pop album. And then she said she kind of gave it away, but she said there was a song called Betty, and she's interested to see if it's like if Taylor Swift had some type of like crush on a girl at some point.
A little menage a trois.
Yeah. And I've liked her since. Did you watch her Netflix?
No, I didn't. No, it's because I wasn't the biggest Taylor Swift fan at all. This new album to me is like something you put in the back and just like clean around the house. You know what I mean? Okay. So me and my wife, we were living in Atlanta at the time, and it was a Friday, and she was performing at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and it was like super last minute. Some like ad popped up, and I was like, would you want to go to this? Like, are you a fan of hers? And she was like, sure. We ended up buying tickets for like, I don't know, $30 each, like super cheap. Cause it was like, I don't know, less than an hour before showtime. and really good seats too. Somebody must have like backed out of StubHub and was like, I can't make it.
Right.
So when we got there, we got these bracelets. I don't remember what concert tour it was, but we got these bracelets. And if you go to a concert, like she puts on a show, you know what I mean? Like every tune that the guitar was playing, like the bracelet would change color. It was crazy. I'd never been to a concert like that. But yeah, you know, I'm a fan of hers now. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I like to keep secret, but I guess not too secret.
Now the whole world is getting
Great.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan since she came out, you know, but I haven't listened to this album. I had some friends that had like a party yesterday. Well, not a party. It was just like 5 of them, I think. They got together and they just listened to the whole album together. And I was like, that's cool. But of course I couldn't go because my husband was at work and I was with my son. There's nothing wrong with that, but I was kind of sad because I wanted to join in on that.
Right.
But they said it was really good, but they're also super fans of Taylor Swift. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the documentary, honestly, I was kind of like, I liked her, but I didn't go out and actively listen to her. If she was on the radio or whatever, it was fine. But this documentary really like sold me on her because she pretty much talks about how like she was put into this box of who she needed to be, you know, as a country star, then a pop star. And now she's stepping out and talking more about like politics and just being more of who she is. And I really appreciate that because I'm all about like, if you're an entertainer or you're in the public eye, you need to use your voice. And she did. And so she showed you in the documentary. So I'm like, I'll be your fan just for that.
I like that you
If you're listening, T Swift, if you're listening, I'm a huge fan. Holla at me. Follow me on Insta. Listen to Coast to Coast, please.
But I do like that you said that you, if you're, you know, in the spotlight to use your voice. Why do you feel like a lot of people say for the, like famous people to not use their voice and to keep quiet?
You know, honestly, and so I don't like to compare because I'm definitely not a public eye or anything, but I've figured out why it might be a little difficult because with everything that was happening with the Black Lives Matter movement, I had actually talked to one of my friends who also owns a boutique. And I said, how are you going to go about this? Because part of our job and our business comes from sales and from customers. And so I didn't want to upset some of my customers because I kind of already knew where they stood.
Yeah. And
so we had this long discussion and finally we said to ourselves, well, if we stand for nothing and we just say nothing, then are we any better than those entertainers and people we say need to use their voice? So we decided to come out and say, you know, we support them and blah, 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 and not care if we lost customers. And that was, you know, that for me, it humbled me because I'm like, okay, I guess they have to step back and say, if I speak my mind, I could lose, obviously for them, it could be lots of money. It could be endorsements, deals, what, I don't know. But then I respect them for doing that because then it's like, who cares if I lose money, if I lose blah, 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 it's more important to me. You know, humanity is more important to me, or, you know, being there for others who don't have a voice is more important to me. And so I'm like, I guess I see now how it's a little difficult, but at the end of the day, you got to do it.
That's for sure. I like that. Jose, do you have anything else?
So it's funny that you say that. This podcast is sort of like that. You know, we don't have the biggest voice, but we're trying to help. You know, we're trying to support local businesses, friends, anything like that. And so if we have a platform, why not help the next person out? Even if we get you a customer that buys a t-shirt, you know, that's one customer that you didn't have before.
Yeah.
So my biggest question is, how do we continue to help you?
Oh my gosh. Well, can I just say I love that you guys are doing this because I'm like all about, my husband and I talk about all the time that we need to make more friends that are like progressive and are trying to figure out new ways to like be innovative and share our voices and all of that. I don't know, supporting me. I want to support you guys. So if you want to share my boutique, awesome. And I'm going to share this podcast and your Instagram. And I love what you guys are doing. Cause honestly, I feel like if we can help each other have a voice and keep pushing each other forward.
Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate it too. And thank you for taking the time to, have an interview with us, because I know that you're very busy. You have 3 kids, you have your boutique, and you have your cups to make, your
Not
drinkware. I'm sorry, your drinkware.
Yeah, exactly. No brides. Not yet, at least, right?
That's a good idea.
That'd be good. I would buy those.
Custom. I like it.
Is there anything else that you want to share? Anything else that is on your mind? Anything else that you want to promote? The best time to do it.
Okay, let's just do it. I hope that whoever's watching this, especially if you are a woman, I know Darian, I am so inspired by her because she has had this weight loss journey and she shares, and I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
And I feel like it's so important that while we're on this journey, because I'm on a similar journey, postpartum, it's been nuts, especially with a pandemic. Like my emotions are up and down, all of that. But I hope that any woman watching this comes to my boutique and feels like no matter where you're at in that stage, you deserve to feel beautiful the whole way.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's all our boutique is all about empowering and inspiring women to love themselves at every stage. Because for a long time I felt like, well, until I lose that weight, I don't love my body or I don't love myself. And instead it's like, no, I'm going to buy this 2X. And then when I'm at an XL, I'll feel good about that. But I still loved me a 2X, XL, large all the way. So
yes. Oh, I like that. Yes. That was so good. What a great way to end it.
And on that note, Darian, take it away, close it out.
All right. And thank you guys again for listening to another episode of Coast to Coast.